Arsenal lose for the fourth consecutive time at home in the Premier League. They lose at home for the first 4 times consecutively on the bounce in a row for the first time since 1959. 1959. The first time they lose at home to Burnley since the 1970s. That's 1 win in 8. 1 win in 8 Premier League games for Mikel Arteta and Arsenal Football Club. No wins in the last 5, no wins in their last 4 home games, and only 2, that's 1, Terry, only 2 goals scored in their last 8 games. This is peak. This is terrible. This is a genuine footballing crisis. There are major problems at the Emirates, major problems at Arsenal, major problems with Mikel Arteta, major problems with these players. They are in a legit relegation fight as things stand right now. Is this just terrible, terrible form? Or are we seriously looking at the downfall, the crumbling of Arsenal? They are 5 points. I repeat, 5 points above the relegation zone. They sit in 15th in the league after 12. I repeat, 12 Premier League games. We're almost 1/3. I repeat, 1/3 of the way through this Premier League season. It is absolutely peak right now for Arsenal fans. Zane here says, just came back from watching Die Hard at the cinema. I feel like dying tonight after watching this John McClane in Arteta. Listen, Zane, you've backed your players, but no one's performing. No one's delivering. At least Aubameyang, though, Zane. At least he broke his goal drought tonight. But it was, of course, an own goal that he scored. Put it past his own goalkeeper. I can't believe today that we have seen Tottenham drop points and Liverpool drop points to much smaller teams. But the Arsenal defeat at the hands of Burnley, Granit Xhaka letting his team down inexplicably. Stupidity personified. Absolute calamity going on at Arsenal Football Club right now. And Mikel Arteta is one of the big architects of this. His lack of managerial experience, his lack of nous, his lack of know-how is being... It's basically throwing petrol upon the fire that has been created by this football club that has been run terribly now for nearly 2 decades. Arsenal fans, I actually feel your pain, but the confidence has got to go. Questions of your football club have got to be asked. Stop buying kits. Stop renewing season tickets because your club are taking the proverbial out of you. I'm angry tonight on your behalf because this is an atrocity of the highest order. An atrocity of the highest order, what we are seeing going on at Arsenal. An absolute superpower in English football. A dynasty of a football club. A powerhouse. They're in ruins. They're a pile of rubble because of your owners, their lack of ambition. And the final nail in the coffin for me is the appointment of Mikel Arteta. I saw promise in him. I thought he was going to be a good guy. Turns out not to be. He is in absolute... He's having a nightmare. He's drowning. He's legitimately drowning. Somebody needs to throw him a rubber ring, a lifeguard. He needs something. You don't throw someone a lifeguard, do you? He needs a rubber ring or a life jacket or something along those lines because he is drowning. He cannot cope. He is absolutely out of his depth. Do me a favor. Hit that like button, people, right about now. This is going to be one of the most explosive shows in history. A comment here from Strip Bear. She says... Will his goals become goal of the month for Arsenal? My dream is just becoming true. Chelsea with a wink face. Yes, I mean, Arsenal have scored 2 goals in 8 games. A penalty at Man United. They scored... What else have they scored? I'm going to look at this. They scored a penalty at Man United. Yes. And then... Oh, yes, they scored a goal against Wolverhampton Wanderers and then none tonight. So look at that. That's mad. That's mad. 3 goals if you include Aubameyang's own goal. And no goals from open play in 8 games, maybe even more. It's absolutely embarrassing. Gooners, what is going on at your club? How is this going to be resolved? We're going to get some of the panel on really, really soon. I'm going to do some more of these super chats here, but make sure you're hitting that like button for us, please, ladies and gentlemen. Since Arteta began at Arsenal, they've had 6 red cards. No other team has had more than 3. Lack of discipline. And you do have to look at the manager for these things. Of course you do. And then beyond looking at the manager, you have to look at the football club. You have to look at how they're running it, who they're appointing. They decided, not Arteta, to give an inexperienced manager this job at this moment in time during Arsenal's predicaments. They are overtly accountable, but that doesn't make Arsenal fans feel better anymore. Hashtag trust the process. Lee Gunnar must be so happy right now. He told Arsenal fans, no salt, no agenda, that this was going to happen, that this was a trajectory. This would be the outcome. And everyone laughed at him. They called him a hater. Turns out to be absolutely right. Nabil here says you really need to consider dropping Arsenal from the top 6. I watched the whole game. Man United needs to be ashamed that we lost to Arsenal. Bro, I'm not even bringing Man United negativity into this because that's whole new level, bro. Comment here says, how is DT still coming up with excuses to defend Arteta? Look, DT's my guy. I got a lot of time and respect for him. But right now, DT is in a situation where, because he's backed him publicly, he's just trying to stick with him in the hope. 3 or 4 more games like this, the banners are coming out, bruv. DT's banners will be coming out very, very soon. Hamid here says, we are awful against Fulham, but this is peak. It's the worst Arsenal team. I wasn't old enough to remember the downfall of other great teams, that sort of the Ipswiches, the Nottingham Forests that were powerhouses in the British and English game throughout sort of the 70s and 80s. Even the likes of Everton, I don't remember them being a top team. Are we witnessing, my generation, we're witnessing the first big, gigantic team falling from grace? I mean, they've been on the way down for 20 years nearly. Are we about to see another 10, 15, 20-year period of Arsenal in the doldrums, in the bottom half of the table? Because that is how it looks right now. That is how it looks. And the most embarrassing thing about all of this, you're paying Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang £375,000 a week to play football at Arsenal. £375,000 a week, £200,000 a week for Willian. And these men are here for another 3 years. The running of your football club is beyond a joke. It's atrocious. And you're going backwards. Dyche broke Arteta. Liverpool fans are coming for the Gooners here after the talk earlier on this season. Tapas Pulis is here as well. Sean says he surely has to go now. Everyone knows Xhaka isn't good enough, and he seems to be one of the first names on Arteta's team sheet. Absolutely abysmal. Yeah, Xhaka's in the mud. His career is absolutely in tatters because, you know what? Is the song ready? My video is coming out later, people. Don't worry about that. Granit Xhaka's an idiot. Granit Xhaka's a fool. Granit Xhaka, tonight, what he has done, it's unforgivable. It wasn't a flare-up moment. There was no need to do that. Your team's in the ascendancy. Your team's on top. Your team's playing the best football. Your team's creating the openings. You're getting there. You looks a little bit lackluster tonight, but that's understandable of all the problems. That's understandable of all the problems at your football club. But then Xhaka stupidly gets himself sent off, lets his teammates down, and there was no coming back from that. Burnley smelt blood. Brexit FC just destroyed you. It's so embarrassing. There is no excuse for it. And if anyone wants to come up with one, do it. All banter aside, this is from Jerome, but Arsenal have got a bunch of mercenaries in their team and they need to do a clean out. And this is how bad Arsenal is. I agree, there are mercenaries at that club. But do you want to know the embarrassing element of this for Arsenal? Is you all believed in the PR. Aubameyang only signed with us because Mikel Arteta put his arm around him and made him trust the process. He buys into the project. He's here for the plan. He's here for the uprising of the football club. All the buzzwords. Arteta. No, they signed because you paid them loads of money. But Arteta hasn't got a clue of how to make you a better team. And if you want to throw salt at me and say, but Ollie's not much better, we're not here talking Man United. We're here looking at your team. That is the whataboutism shouldn't be existing here. Do me a favor. 4,000 people watching. Smash the like button, people. Arsenal kick off at 7:15 p.m. on Sunday. Arsenal lose 4 times at home. Is that coincidence? Do you know there's no excuse for that, though? Because it means they've been given more rest each time than Tottenham. They've been given extra rest than Tottenham. It's embarrassing losing this game every time. They've been given more rest than any other team in Europe. And they're still losing these matches. It's abysmal. We're getting the panel on really soon, but let's hit 1,000 likes and we're going to get the panel on, people. I don't think a gal's going to turn up today. I honestly don't think he's going to be here. I don't think he's going to arrive But get this past 1,000 likes, we bring the panel on. It's okay. Arteta has Paul, and they're going to win the Champions League in 3 years. # trust the process. Those words are going to come back to haunt him. They're going to come back to haunt him. But I feel sorry for Arteta because he probably believed in himself. It isn't his fault he's not good enough. He should never, ever, ever, ever have been given this job. Let me break it down to you, Terry. Aubameyang isn't a pure striker. He's more of a register, kind of sweeper keeper, introverted, offside trap, inverted player. Sorry, I thought you were being serious for a second there, bro. Yeah, Aubameyang's season. It's mad. It's mad. Maybe he needs more tunnel vision, like Rashford, gal. I wonder. You'd love Rashford right now, no doubt about it. We're nearly on 1,000 likes, people. Get them 1,000 likes, and we get the panel on. Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. That got taken down for copyright. But I love making it anyway. Arteta is like Boris Johnson or Matt Hancock. Make the people hear what they want to hear, then but can't deliver. Absolutely poor. There we go. We're not on 1,000 likes yet, people, but you know what? As Zane's here, at least Zane shows up. Aubameyang, you are a disgrace. Get out of my club and take Fraud, Ozil, Mikel, and Xhaka with you. Also, get the wig-wearing owner out of our beloved club. Zane, you've heard it first officially on the Football Terrace. Zane is Mikel Arteta out. He's Aubameyang out. He's Ozil out. Zane, the Don, the god of YouTube, has spoken. Jeez, this is so big. I'm in such a good mood. It's amazing. It really is amazing to see this going on. But we've hit the 1,000 like mark. We're going to get the panel on now. Zane, thank you for that super chat. Let's do this. Welcome, one and all. Oh, I've got feedback from someone. I'm not sure who that's from. Welcome, everybody. Sorry, I'm getting really bad playback from somebody's earphones or whatever they're doing there. Arsenal lose again. 4 games lost on the bounce at home, and it's absolutely peak. I want to come to Igal first on this one. Bro, your club is in the mud, aren't they? You are absolutely horrendous.
Terry, this is officially a frigging crisis. We don't know what the hell we're doing. I don't know what Arteta's doing. I don't know what the players are doing. The last time I've been happy about this club was the FA Cup final. That's it. Everything else, to me, it's been a mirage. I've been a man in the desert looking for water, and every time I see it, it's a mirage. And that's what Arsenal's been doing to me. Honestly, my whole entire life, Terry, Arsenal was a club that I could look at and I'll be like, I can guarantee us a win this week. I can guarantee us a win this week. I can guarantee us this. I can guarantee us that. We can't even guarantee a win against Burnley. I came on here and I'm like, I don't fear Burnley. And guess what? Burnley didn't do nothing. We gave them our own goal. They couldn't score, so we gave it to them. On top of that, we gave them we got another red card. Arteta now has 7 red cards under his helm. Only other clubs that have done that, there's 5 other clubs and they're tied with the next highest rank, and that's 5 red cards. Our players have absolutely lost their mind. I don't know what to do with these guys. They're freaking stressing me out every single day. I was wearing a kit today. I literally took it off because I don't want to be associated with it today. It's stressing me the hell out. The last time I was happy with this club, this man was at the club. Alexis Sanchez was at the club. These players are all frustrating me. I don't want to say something I'm going to regret saying, but these guys are pissing me off, Terry. They're pissing me off. They're making me a positive person into an angry guy, and I'm not an angry person. This is not what I want to be. This is not the kind of person I am. And I'm not Arteta out, by the way. That is not the issue. The issue is the players consistently making mistakes, consistently doing stuff wrong. The players are absolutely dog shit. I don't know what to say with these players. I don't know how I believed at the beginning of the season, have hope at the beginning of the season every single time, letting us down, constantly letting us down. Every single like, what are you guys doing? Granit Xhaka, Pepe, Aubameyang, every single week, somebody else is letting us down constantly. Maybe Arteta will get sacked. I don't know. But in my opinion, I don't think he's the problem. I think he's addressed that there's a big problem in this club. There's too many players at the club, first of all. So it's the dressing room's unsettled immediately because there's players in the dressing room week in, week out that will never get to play. On top of that, there's players away from the club taking shots at the manager. There's players that are not even in the squad taking shots at the manager. There's propaganda from the media and people on Twitter and everybody else There's nothing solid. We're in a crisis. We're a circus. And you know what? If you guys want to laugh at me, laugh at me. But this is a hurt person right now.
I get a lot what you're saying there, Gal. But Arteta is partly to blame with the way your team is set up and the way your team is playing. You have scored 2 goals in 8 games, 4 home defeats on the bounce, 1 win in 8, no wins in your last 5, and you are legitimately, as it stands right now, in a relegation fight. He cannot survive this, can he?
I don't think he will survive it. I don't think any manager in the world can survive this. Especially, I thought the players were still playing for him. I thought the players were still showing heart. I thought Aubameyang going back, playing in the left wing back position at times when he's a left winger, is showing that these players are still playing for him. But you know what? I don't know anymore. I don't know. Especially when you see stuff like what Saliba's been doing on Twitter and what Guendouzi's doing. He scores a goal, he's going like this. That's clearly, to me, it's a shot back at the club. Like, everything to me, Terry, it's a circus. We're living in a circus, and you know what? They're making us all look like jugglemen as fans.
I hear what you're saying. Sonny's with us as well. Sonny, what's your thoughts on this, mate? I mean, this is the worst Arsenal in your lifetime. Absolute cast iron fact. You can't win a game. You can't score a goal. You can't create chances. You've got players on hundreds of thousands of pounds a week not delivering. What's going on and how is it going to be fixed? And before you answer that, over 6,000 people watching us live right now. Smash the like button, everybody. Biggest stream ever in the history of the Football Terrace. So hit those like buttons now, people. Sonny, give us your heart, give us your soul here about how you're feeling about the disgraceful display from Arsenal Football Club, from boardroom to pitch.
Well, I don't know why Gal's ranting, to be honest with you, because he says he's going to turn angry. Look at me. That's why I'm angry. Seen it all before. We've been through it, and it's just been a decline after decline after decline. And you know what? All the fans who laughed at me for saying that these players are uncoachable. You still got 13 of them in the 25-man squad of Arsene Wenger's players who basically got Arsene Wenger the sack. They got Emery the sack, and if they get Arteta the sack, then shame on them. We have not got one world-class player at the club. Aubameyang is not world-class. He's a fraud. Tackling merchant. Lacazette, stick a naked woman in front of him, right? Give him 20 boxes of Viagra, the geezer still won't score. Right? He's a floppy dick. That's all he is. That's all Lacazette is, right? The only player who could hold their head up again is Saka. Team selection, I thought was disgusting. I would have started Smith Rowe, and I would have started Balogun as well. Basically, the recruitment has been disgusting. The defence wasn't our problem. The midfield has always been our problem. Typical Arsenal, they go and get Thomas Partey, and Thomas Partey goes and gets injured, and he's out for the whole of Christmas period. That's typical Arsenal. We could have wrote the script before the game before it even started. You know what though? 100% still back Arteta, right?
Why? Why are you backing Arteta, Sonny?
Not for any football reasons at all. Not because I think he's going to turn it around. Not because I see anything in him. Because he's not the Arteta that I thought was going to get. I think we want the Arteta. All we got is a Spanish weight with jet black hair. But I just don't see that any point of sacking another manager when clearly the problem is Stan Kroenke and Josh Kroenke, because let's face it, they put Raul in charge. He filled his pockets and he fucked off. And if you remember the interview that Raul done with Laura Woods with the other guy as well, the guy supposed to be chairman of Arsenal, whoever he is. What was his name again?
Who?
Not Raul, the other one, the Asian one.
Vinay.
Yeah, Vinay. Sorry, his name escaped me. When Raul was speaking in that interview with Laura Woods, Vinay didn't say a word because it's clear he does not know a thing about football. Now at the top, you've got Vinay, who's supposed to be running the club, and you've also got Edu, who's never, he's done his role for Brazil, but he's never done it at club level. You've got Arteta, who's never been a manager. So the whole structure at the top it's just flawed. It's just flawed. And as for the players, I'm sorry, the players. Chuck
No,
them all on the bonfire. Chuck them all on the bonfire.
I hear a lot of what you're saying here, bro. I hear a lot of what you're saying, but this is like Arsenal are genuinely in a relegation battle, and I know a lot of Arsenal fans don't want to talk about this. I'm gonna go to David. He's been here this whole time. David's obviously a Chelsea fan. We're a rival channel. We all come on, smash that like button. Nearly 2,000 likes, 6,400 people watching. David, did you think Arsenal could get this bad?
First of all, as I've been saying, I'd like to apologise to Southampton because I said that's where Arsenal's level was. I'm very sorry to Southampton. But as I said on the preview, I said I expect this to be a draw. I didn't expect Arsenal to win today. The fact they lost, though, that's pretty telling. I mean, I don't know how you can still be back in Arteta. Regardless of what's going on, your squad is not the fifth worst team in the league. So he's clearly underperforming. There is no metric that backs you. You aren't creating chances. I mean, today you created chances, but again, you just played into Burnley's hand.
David, you can't blame Arteta for Xhaka. What Xhaka done?
Dwight McNeil, purposely Dwight McNeil wound him up, right? And we all knew what Dwight McNeil was doing, and he just reacted to it so badly. He probably should have also got a red card.
And Sonny, to your point, yes, Mikel Arteta isn't accountable for what Xhaka did. But Mikel Arteta is accountable for the fact that you couldn't break down Burnley. You didn't really create. There was a few half chances. There was no gilt-edged opportunities to score. And the reason that you're in this position, and this is why I always say you can assess an individual game. But Arsenal were in this game with no confidence, no structure, nothing, because of nearly a year of being under Mikel Arteta, and it's led to these points. This is the crescendo. This is, you know what happened? You know, like in a really good nightclub song, just as it's about to drop, that is what's happened, and it's dropped now, and the baseline is absolutely poor and shocking. I'm sorry, Sonny. Like,
I don't agree.
There's no other reason why you're so.
Sonny, you're not Sonny. You're not even the fifth best. But the thing is, you aren't the fifth worst squad in the league. Like, you're not even. At worst, Arsenal should be top 10.
On paper, David.
Game's not played on paper. Game's not played on paper, mate. It doesn't matter what your name is.
Not even based on paper, you shouldn't be worse than top 10. Newcastle are above you. I need to get on this table now. I mean, I could name quite a few teams.
David, one sec, David. We've got a bit of a problem with your connectivity. Your mic isn't coming through great. It's really, really jumpy. I'm not too sure what's going on with that.
I'll jump out and then jump back in.
Yeah, all right, mate. Thank you. We're going to throw Cam into this as well. I'm going to go to Cam straight away. Arsenal fan. Give me your thoughts and feelings, bro.
Why is it every single week when I watch the show, hence why I want to come on, another Arsenal fan sounds like me? When I first came on the podcast, when these Arsenal fans were getting onto me, I said it from the get-go. I said about Uber. I said about Xhaka. I said about Laka. I said about Arteta. I said about the board. I said about everything, all the problem right now, and everyone's like, no, you got to give him a chance. I gave a chance. Now my point's being proven again.
Brother, are you in a legitimate relegation battle, or do you agree with David that you're much better than this? You're a top 6 team. It's just bad management.
We're not. Listen. We are not. Listen, this season, I don't care what anyone says. Yeah, we are not a top 6 team. We're not even top 10 right now.
We're a relegation team.
We're not even top 10 right now. At the end of the day, yeah, if we was a top 6 team, we're at least, if even with this bad sort of form, we would at least be in the top 10. If that makes sense. Obviously not losing so many games. That's what I'm trying to say. But we're not even top 10 team right now. We're losing too many games.
100% Cam. Let me ask you this question. 1 win in 8, no wins in 5, 2 goals in 8 games, 4 home defeats on the bounce. Is it time, in your opinion, to sack Mikel Arteta?
Do you know what it is? Yeah, like I said, I don't know what that's gonna do for us, because I don't know. Look. If we sack him, it's either gonna go one of 2 ways. Yeah, one of the ways is we're gonna bring in another manager for the short term. He's gonna save our season, probably get us in the top 10, and then by this time next season, we're gonna have a whole new system that this manager wants to bring in. He's gonna want to bring his own players in, so that means he's gonna want to start getting rid of the players that are already there. Hence why Arteta needs. That's why I said maybe give Arteta maybe a little bit of time. But that's why. But or it could go another way, and he could be successful. But I don't really see that happening
that's all right
right now.
To do when you're top 10. That's okay.
Yeah, no, that's what I'm saying. That's why I said there's no point in. That's what I'm saying. There's no point in doing it right now.
You can't. No, you need that new manager bounce. I'm sorry.
It's all about avoiding relegation.
You can't do that now.
But you can't fight relegation with Mikel Arteta. Do you know why?
Point.
He's an inexperienced manager. I don't actually think you're going to be relegated, but Mikel Arteta doesn't know what to do right now, and I feel sorry for him. Yeah. He is a fish out of water, or he's out of his depth anyway, and he's swimming around. He's a little goldfish, and there's sharks everywhere, and he's just saying, "Mummy, mummy."
Sonny, I get where you're coming from. It's not Arteta's fault. I get that. It's the club. Like, for me, as a United fan, this isn't even funny anymore. Like, if this kind of stuff can happen to a top club, like, Monster, I know you're smiling and like you're still loving the Arsenal defeats, but let's look at this as football fans. Like, none of us want to see clubs be taken apart like this by owners and boards. It's disgusting, really.
But this is what happens. Guys, we're going to refresh some of the panelists here. Sonny, thank you very much for coming on, mate.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
Basically, Granit Xhaka, fuck off. Right, Granit Xhaka, fuck off. Right, never want to see you in an Arsenal shirt again. You never should have had an opportunity to be an Arsenal player again. Pepe done it the other day. He got called out. Granit Xhaka got no problem. I would not have Granit Xhaka working in the local fucking car wash where I live. Right, I would not let him wash my car. My car's an old banger. Right. And as for Arsenal, this season is all about now avoiding relegation. We're cannon fodder, right? We're firing blanks. Well, we're not even firing blanks, we're not even shooting, right? But at the end of the day, it's all about avoiding relegation now. And you know what, Arsenal? Serves you fucking right for all the years of pain that you put us through, right? And you're treating them as Ozil, right? As well. So basically, Arteta to stay. I'm 100% behind Arteta. Stay put, get the fuck out of our club. Use that fucking club back.
There we go. Sonny, thank you very much. We're going to get an absolute legend of the YouTube game on with us now. Man like Claude is in the house. Before we bring Claude on, we're on 7,600 viewers. Okay, smash the like button. Let's get past 3,000 likes while we're live, please. Especially one, if you hit the like button if you hate Arsenal. Hit the like button if you want Arteta sacked. Hit the like button if you want the Donkeys out. Hit the like button if Aubameyang's firing blanks. Whatever your reason for hitting the like button, hit it right now. The voice of reason is here. Claude is here.
What process?
Claude, you were right about Mikel Arteta all along, weren't you?
Yeah, but it's not. He's not the only problem, Terry. It's not the only problem. The problem is from top to bottom of this football club. It's all wrong, mate. It's all. The recruitment, the owner doesn't give a shit, I suppose. The recruitment is completely useless. And we've got a guy, Saliba, who's not wanted, and we've spent 25 million quid on playing in under 23s and not good enough to play in the team. Who sanctioned this move for him? Who sanctioned it if he's not good enough? Also,
all right, Terry, can I speak finally?
The only good thing tonight is that Granit Xhaka is out for 3 games. Yeah,
trust. Oh my God! You know when he got sent off? That's the first thing I said as well.
That's the guy. This is what I've got against Arteta. Because why does he continually pick these players? Bellerin, why is he continually getting picked? Why? He continually plays shit every year. Why have we got a guy on a 4-year contract in Cedric? Is he not good enough?
I don't know.
He's obviously seen something in training, Claude. Listen, for a manager to be picking these players, they've got to be seeing something that in training. Something's got to be happening there. Like, these players. I
was saying it. You know what it is? The problem Arsenal have, yeah. The problem Arsenal have, yeah, is when they're in training, they train with Mesut Ozil. Every day they train with Mesut Ozil. I'm not Claude, before you jump in, listen.
One at a time. Go on, Cam.
Listen. What I'm trying to say is, yeah, they train with Mesut Ozil, our only decent passer of a ball. Yeah, every day in training. So when it comes to match day, they know they haven't got that passer on the ball. So when it does come to match, they just crumble because they know they haven't, like, people like Aubameyang and that. Like I've been saying, if he's got no one to create for him, there's no point him being even on the pitch.
Guys, I'm going to go to Monstar for a moment because he's been on a while. He hasn't spoken. Monstar, what are you saying about this? It's fine, mate. It's fine. What are you saying about this latest Arsenal defeat, humiliation and embarrassment for this once great club?
First of all, I want to say YouTube answered my prayers. That Chelsea video you tried to put out on me didn't go through, luckily. And my prayer has been answered because all the rivals dropped points. It wasn't just us, so you can't even banner us this weekend.
We're not rivals, though. We're not rivals.
Yeah.
Rivals.
I understand, Claude. I understand.
I've been telling him this.
Terry, it's time to stop covering Arsenal. You said it at the end of the season. If they're not top 6, they shouldn't be covered anymore. It's time, innit? And listen, I kind of want Arteta to stay because, you know, I know if he stays, they're going to be relegated. But listen, for the sake of Arsenal fans, like Indiana said, we love football, innit? Maybe it's time to bring Big Sam or Alan Padgett. You know the relegation scrubbers, like the guys that always fight relegation, innit?
I know you're taking the piss.
Bring one of those guys.
No, come on. Now you're taking the piss. Come on.
What team do you support, my man?
I'm a Chelsea fan. You can't even try it. You can't banter.
Hey, what was your history before 06, bro?
I don't want to hear it because before 06, after 06, if it's not 2020, it's still history. And history says we got a Champions League. History says you don't. Do you know what I mean? So respect yourself.
As bad as it is, as bad as everything is, as big of a crisis that we're in right now, realistically, we still have a chance to save our season. If things from now to the end of the season go right for us, I know it's hard to believe, but we could still possibly get back into not top 4, but at least get to second, top half of the table and push for the
It's
top 6.
time
Honestly,
to go!
Listen, Igal. Listen, I think if your positivity is going to absolutely rattle Arsenal fans, we're going to throw a few more. We're going to throw a few more people in.
You're going on about us being as part of the top 6. Well, you shouldn't even have us on a top 6 show. We're not a top 6.
I'm going to have to change my channel. I think I'm going to have to change the
Leicester, bro.
The top
Change
6
it to Leicester fans, bro.
You might as well call it the top banter show.
Well, top 6 and Arsenal, yeah.
banter section. Guys. I want to go to Samuel here. Samuel ranted last week. Samuel's got a tea towel sank on his head. Bro, your club are trash.
Terry, listen, Claude knows this. We weren't this bad on the Terry nil. And Terry Newell, according to the older Arsenal fans, was the worst manager Arsenal ever had. And currently, it's the first time since 1959 we've lost 3 straight home games. It's just absolutely poor. If
it's the first time since 1974 we've lost to Burnley at home as well. You know that?
There you go. This is the worst Arsenal team probably in a century. All these players are a joke. The only good thing we can take out of today is Granit Xhaka is suspended for 3 games. This is the only positive we can take today.
Let me ask you a question, Samuel. Are you Ollie in? Are you Arteta in or Arteta out?
Terry, sacking Arteta won't make a difference because we've got the same stubborn-ass board.
Sacking Arteta
will, Sam.
It will make a difference.
Sam, it will make a difference.
No,
at the stage.
In 12 months' time, we'll be in the same position.
Let me explain.
Listen, you'll get a new bounce. We'll get a bounce, and then 12 months' time, we'll be sitting in the exact same position, saying, "Oh, this guy's."
Who's going to want to take over Arsenal right now, anyway? What manager right now? Let me ask a real question, innit? What manager right now? What top manager that anyone know that would want to actually take the Arsenal job right now? Because I can't think of one.
Do us a favour and take Poch, please.
Rafa Benitez.
He's not a top manager, bro. No, don't.
Not a top manager.
Benitez is not a top. I'm talking, bro. Listen. He's a good manager. I'm not even trying to take nothing away from Rafa Benitez. Yeah, he is a good manager, innit? Yeah, I'm talking levels above Rafa Benitez, bro. I'm talking the big managers. There's no big manager. This is what Arsenal have been needed.
Because when you all start shouting, it actually pisses me off. So I'm actually going to mute you all. Let me ask this question, though, Arsenal. I get your point about what top manager is going to come in, right? And I'm getting feedback from somebody's line there. But what top manager is going to come in? I get that as a point, and I get that as a question. But Arsenal need to find a happy medium because you may not be a relegation team in reality. That's where you are now because Arteta isn't good enough to move you forward. But you're not a team that's challenging for the top 4 anymore. That's an absolute cast iron fact. So you need to find a manager who is that middle of the road at the elite level, like someone like Rafa Benitez at this stage. You're not going to get one of the world's leading managers come in and look after you right now. It isn't going to happen. So you even need to aim for someone middle of the road who's going to play better football and is more experienced that ensures you don't drop down to this level. It's as simple as that. You need someone else. Arteta, if he stays, is going to get you relegated. He is going to relegate you because he doesn't know what to do right now. And your club isn't going to allow yourself to be relegated because of the money.
Bring in Big Sam, bro.
Yeah, this is what I'm saying.
Any Arsenal fan that is so backing, any Arsenal fan that's so backing Arteta, you are an embarrassment, and you deserve this.
No prime. No prime.
No.
We're entitled to our own opinion, though. How are we an embarrassment for voicing our own opinion?
And you
how mean they go embarrassment for voicing our own opinion and giving
let Prime answer that. Come on, Prime.
The club sold you a dream, and you all fell for it. When we all told you that this would happen. We all
Prime,
told
can
you,
I answer
don't
this?
get gas, don't fall into this hype, don't fall into this trap. But because you guys you won an FA Cup, you won a Community Shield, you beat Chelsea, Liverpool, City, you guys wanted to get gas, you beat Man United 1-0, you guys wanted to get gas, you wanted to laugh at everyone else. You guys all deserve this. If you still back Arteta, you're still laughing at everyone else, laughing at United getting knocked out of the Europa League, laughing at Spurs drawing against Palace and not being in the title race, laughing at Chelsea for not being Everton and stuff like that. You all deserve this.
Listen, Terry, I need to speak. Let me speak. This guy, Prime, I can say whatever the hell I want to anybody I want, whenever I want.
It's not about you. I'm talking about everyone. No. You're
not talking about everybody. When you're speaking and you're saying
talking about
United, let me speak. Let me finish. I didn't cut you off. I let you speak, right? Let me speak.
Go.
Anybody can talk banter about any club. I get it, we're in a bad situation, but if you're in a bad situation, as a football fan, I'm going to laugh at your club. It doesn't matter where I am. I don't really care. If you're going to throw stones at me, I'm going to throw stones back. I don't care. At the end of the day, that's who I am. And any fan who says, oh, you're an embarrassment as an Arsenal fan for talking shit about other clubs, fix your own mentality. Don't tell another person how to speak. You need to look at yourself, man. Honestly,
hang on. Prime didn't say you can't say that. He just said you deserve this. No, he didn't. He just said you deserve this.
Terry, you don't even know the backstory. This man literally called me an embarrassment just a few minutes ago.
No, I didn't call you an
embarrassment. Gal, I told you to leave it out. Don't worry about it.
I'm talking about the fans. I'm not talking about you. You taking this personally is a
you literally said my name.
No, listen to what I'm saying. The fans, if you're still backing Arteta after all of this, when we all told you, we all warned you, and then you get gassed off of little
Prime,
or whatever, you guys deserve this. I'm sorry what you do. You can get angry because you think I'm talking about you, but I'm not.
In circles. You're not making a point.
I'm talking about the fans.
Your point was,
you two need to calm down.
Maybe listen. Maybe listen. Maybe listen. Maybe listen. I'm talking about the actual fans. If you think I'm talking about you, that's on you. I'm talking about your actual fans. I'm talking about your actual fans. Samuel, I have nothing against you as a person, but again, if you're still backing Arteta, and you're still believing all of this, I'm sorry, but you deserve this.
But I get that point, though. Arteta is the stubborn board and these ball job players.
I know it's your board. I get it's your board. I get that. But don't fall into the trap from your board.
I understand your board is ultimately to blame. I've said that. Some of your players are awful. But Mikel Arteta's system and style has also contributed. Acting like he's nothing. Look what I say about Ollie. Ollie isn't the biggest problem at the club. I openly state that. But equally, I say a better coach makes us a better footballing team. Right now, Arteta is dragging an average team into a relegation fight. You need to stop that from happening. Do you honestly, Gal, do you honestly think Arteta's going to turn this around? And if so, where are you going to finish this season?
The way he can turn it around, Terry, what Cam said earlier, there's players who are training with this. How many players do we have? We have like 29 players. We can only register 15, what do you call it? 25, right? So we have too many players and they're all training with the team week in, week out. And these players are never going to get a chance. It's causing unrest in the camp. We need to get rid of some of these players. We need to at least get rid of 4 players in the January window to at least cause some rest in the team, because they know they'll never get picked and they're constantly training with the team. That causes unrest throughout the camp. And that is the biggest root cause of the problem. You got guys like Ozil, Saliba, and Socrates in the team, training with the team week in, week out, and they're never going to get an opportunity. How do you think that makes you feel when you're in the canteen every week with guys who are never going to get a game? It kind of makes you feel bad as a teammate. So I feel like these players might have given up on him.
Hang on. There are players in the Tottenham, Chelsea, and Liverpool squads that don't play and they're not in a relegation fight. So that doesn't make sense to me.
No, but
listen,
my point still stands, Terry.
No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. So hang on. So
you want to know why?
Let me reiterate then. So you've said the biggest issue is that you've got 3 or 4 players in your squad training with the first team squad, but basically causing problems in the dressing room because they're not playing, right?
Yes.
Is that what you've said?
Yes.
But why is that only happening at Arsenal and not? Why isn't it happening at Chelsea with their players that are not in the first team? Why isn't it happening? Sorry, what?
The players are not of the stature of a Mesut Ozil. They're not of the stature of a biggest signing as a center back prior to Gabriel, and constantly making noise in the background. The media are always constantly speaking about Mesut Ozil and Saliba and how Arteta is being. This is a propaganda that's been going on for a long time.
On that point, that's management still, because when Pochettino was at Tottenham and he was sitting their best left back and best centre back in the stands because they didn't want to sign new deals, why did the team fall apart?
They're still in the team, Terry. These guys are not in the team.
No. They were sat in the stands and kicked out the squad for months. Why didn't everything fall apart? Why was he
registered? He could still turn that around.
But you know, jumping into semantics, these guys weren't picked. Yes, your club has partly done that, but it's still down to your football club and your manager to manage the mentalities. And if, I don't know, Ozil is making Aubameyang play badly because they're best friends, then Aubameyang needs dropping because that's bad from him. But it's on Arteta to do that and manage that. I don't think Arteta has the strength to manage this situation. That's my point. And it isn't about
on the point.
1 second. It's not about 1 second. Let me finish. It's not about Arteta being trash. It's about him being too young and inexperienced as a manager to manage this situation. I'm not saying sack him because he's never going to be good. He has just been thrown in the deep end and he hasn't got any armbands and he's about to drown. Someone's got to put one of them big long sticks in and pull him out because he's drowning right now. He's drowning.
If I could save him, I would save him, but I can't.
Well, I know you can't, but it's as simple as that.
Terry, I just came off the phone to Big Sam. He says he's willing to take the job. You know what I mean? So the only way you can save your season. The only way you can save
on a banter level, this is bloody brilliant, isn't it?
It is lovely. I love it.
It's amazing. It's absolutely amazing. You know how much I love you, my brother, but this is just, it's like Christmas.
It is.
Christmas time.
It's the perfect time of the year.
A few more panelists on Claude, mate. I appreciate you coming on, having your say, brother. I really appreciate it.
Well, I'm going to phone the Samaritans now anyway.
Don't do that, bro. Give me a buzz if you need it. Do you know what I was going to say about the game as well, right? In general, like they were lucky they didn't. The goal they conceded from, they should have had an El Neni sent off as well for the thing in the as well. 100%. We've got Ram and got David with us now. We're going to go to David first of all. Actually, we're going to go to super chat here from Mr. Paul Ross. The difference between Liverpool, Chelsea, City, we have to win the Premier League, and Arsenal's target is top 4 in FA Cup. That's not a good history, just wanting an FA Cup after FA Cup. I hear that. The reason why the other clubs cope with players not being in the matchday squads or starting or registered, it's not falling apart, is because the overall management of those clubs is better. And there's 2 things I say to Gooners, and this does go for Igal. I know Igal's still wearing and buying merchandise of this club that he says are all run awfully bad. They're part of the problem. Secondly, is Arteta. Arteta just can't cope with this. He just isn't ready to deal with it. Do you know what it is? It's like Arteta would be great going into a club that are in a really good position as a football club, learning his trade as he goes along. Not going into, imagine your first job in management is trying to stop one of the biggest clubs in football history from sinking. It's stupid. It's mad. And I thought he was doing a really good job at the start. But the proof's in the pudding, and the pudding's come out, and it is burnt, and it is dry. Do you know what I mean? Simple as that.
Do you still have faith in the board to appoint the right man, even if they sack McCarthy?
No, you can't. Samuel, my point to that, I always hear this. Do you have faith in the board? How come you have faith that the same board who appointed Arteta, Arteta is the right guy?
Arteta broke Klopp. Arteta broke Klopp. He broke Klopp, bro.
That wasn't me. This comment never came out of my mouth. That came out of DT's mouth.
No. When DT said it, you were on the stream. You were like, yeah. You endorsed that message, bro. Don't give none of that. You endorsed it. I want to speak to Kes for a minute, guys. Kes, what you saying, bro?
Bro, it is fucking laughable, this shit. Honestly. Burnley is the one game you've got to go and win. That's the one game you need to win to install some confidence in this team. And you couldn't do it. The job is too big for him. Because I've given this guy the length. I've backed him for so long, and he continues to make the same mistakes. It's not even so much the way we're playing that's pissing me off. It's the continuous mistake of playing players that continue to let you down. Why do you keep on doing it? Why? I don't understand. What are these players doing for you? Have they got news off you or something? I don't understand.
You ain't got squad depth, Cash. You got no
It
squad
does not
depth, bro.
matter. Play
They
the
ain't got a
youth.
first
I don't
11,
give a shit.
Jem.
I'd rather see my youth let us down. I'd rather see my youth let us down. Yes, we ain't got the squad depth, but what can you do? You can't buy players with the windows closed. Play
They ain't got no
Dorsey, play
strikers.
Smith, bro. I'd rather
Cash,
those
how are
guys
you
let
going to
me
bring any
down.
players in? How are you going to bring any players in? You've got 2 players for one position. One being Willian, the other being Pepe. Willian was brought in to replace Pepe. I said that
I
in the window.
understand that. I understand
And then
that.
you've
So
got Ozil on those wages,
yes,
Aubameyang
we
on those
understand.
wages. What
Yes,
top
I
players are coming to
understand.
Arsenal?
Bro,
Explain
I
this.
understand that. Bro, I understand that. But we're talking in the situation we're in now, the window's closed. So you play the youngsters, you play Smith Rowe, you play someone who's gonna fight for this club. You
I
keep
agree.
playing Shaka. How many times does he keep letting us down? Like if I saw Shaka right now, I'm not even a violent person, but I would probably have a fist up with him. That's
Go on,
the
bro.
truth.
Kesh is out here doing Usher in the rain, bro.
I reckon he'd do you in one swing, Cash.
I want to point this out, Cash. I'm just going to mute your mic for a sec. We're getting a bit of feedback from it, bro. This is the one thing. And look, Igal's our guy on here, and I like Igal. But I am questioning him. And when DT eventually comes on again, I'll say this to DT as well. Any problems you, man, are pointing out about your board, about the players not being registered, blah, blah, blah. Super chat. Why were none of these problems pointed out when you were talking about the fact that you said you would make top 4?
Terry, I literally said it on Midnight Vibes last week. I asked it directly.
And that's again why I don't. So again, maybe it's about. I always get my kind of ducks in a row as best I can. So I always caveat everything with our board's terrible. We're not a well-run club. You were telling us like the way you even signed Partey was like perfectly poised and timed by the club. The players that you've re-signed new deals, everything was the process, and you were moving in the right. You told us on this show, Igal, that your club was moving forward, would run well, was basically impeccable. You can't now use it as an excuse to defend Arteta based on your original logic. So when did you lie to us, then or now, is the question I suppose I'm asking.
Listen, I drank the Kool-Aid. That's what happened. I drank the Kool-Aid. I believed all the hype. I believed everything. I seen that we were winning games. We were getting results. I seen us beating teams that we shouldn't be beating. Realistically, though, at the back end of the season, getting into a situation from where Xhaka looked like he was leaving to becoming a good player near the end of last season. Some of our players that were underperforming under Emery look like they're performing under Arteta. And going into this season, I thought we were going to kick on from that. And that's what made me think that we were going to be in a better situation. Plus, I always did say, I did put my ducks in the row in one sense. I always did say we're not good enough to do anything of note. But top 4, I always thought we could squeak in. I always thought we could squeak into top 4. I still always said we're one midfielder short of getting back into that big race. But hey, it looks like we're more than that. And
one midfielder short.
I thought Hussein Ottawa and Thomas Partey coming in would have meant that we're locked in for top 4.
No,
and you guys know
you got suckered in. You got suckered in to exactly what I told you not to. Exactly what I sat here on this show and said after you won the FA Cup. This is the best thing that can happen to rivals from an Arsenal point of view, because now they will be able to sell you a dream and pretend that you are further along than you really are. And I remember Ghost Rider was riding me for a while saying that you're on the Man United are in a really poor position, but we are levels above Arsenal in every sense of the form. You look at the Premier League this year. You've lost 7 Premier League.
Igal, I distinctly remember after you beat West Ham, you came on the show and you were giving it the gas saying, Tottenham and United and Chelsea were all on the same level as you. And I told you on that day, I said, I can see a mile off. Nothing is going well for you. You were just getting very lucky. Very lucky.
Guys, we've got Sonny's come back with us. Sonny, what's up, bro?
Thanks for letting me back on. I just want to come on. Firstly, I just want to say to Igal, right? Igal, bro, there's times where they just can't be backed no more, right? I know you've been positive, and I know you're doing things. I can't tell you how to support your club, right? But there is times it's a bit like if you had a son who was a murderer, you're not gonna back him, are you? You know, you won't back a paedophile because it just had to be your mate or you went to school with him. So there's a time you just do not back them. Now it's a time of calling them out. Every single fucking one of them. It's not banter time with other clubs, right? I didn't even watch North London derby. I knew what was coming. I didn't even bloody watch it. It's not, you know, it's not. No point in having banter. We're not even in the same sphere as them, right? They're in a different league. All of you other people on the football series, you're in a different planet than us, right? Where,
yes.
you
might be in a different league next season.
Fine. Let me just come to you, bruv. Right. The only person is embarrassment, bruv, about backing Arteta, brother. You know I love you. I do love you, right? But you can't wear sunglasses in the dark, bruv. It don't make no sense. Right? but other than that, bro, I do love you. But the thing is, don't tell me how to support my club. Yeah, right. I've been going to Arsenal. Right. Since you was not even thought of, bruv. Right. Mm-hmm. You know, as a Chelsea fan, I know more about Chelsea than you do. Right. Yep. You know, and I'll prove it. We'll have a little quiz, me and you, right? And I'll know more about Chelsea than you do. So don't comment on Arsenal, right? Forget the banter, because you know, Gail's just trying to keep the positive one up, right? But there ain't no positives, right? But don't tell me how to support my club, right? Because at the end of the day, there's one problem at Arsenal. It's the conquest, yeah. And when I'm not banning Chelsea, at the end of the day, you're just another glory hunter, bro. You're just another glory hunter who's got the easy option, who's gone to a club with no history. Right, because they've got money.
You've got history now.
Can I respond to that? You're just a hoe. You're a dollar bill stripper.
Can I respond to that?
Stop it.
Can I respond to that?
Cool.
Everybody else, please stop.
Everything that I said, that is the problem, again, with you Arsenal fans. Everything I said was not banter. It was real honesty. I'm being honest about your football club. But the fact that you have to respond with banter, I'm wearing glasses. Please shut up. I'm talking.
No, that's not
Oh man.
Let me finish. The fact that you have to respond with banter saying I wear glasses. Oh, I'm a glory hunter Chelsea fan. You know more about Chelsea than I do. Yada yada yada. Then clearly I know more about your club than you do because I saw this coming. We all saw this coming. You guys, because this always seems to happen with Arsenal, but you guys fall into the hype when it comes to a new player being signed, Partey or Aubameyang. Shut up, let me finish.
No, you shut up. You know what? Have a bit of fucking respect and show a bit of dignity. Have a bit of respect, yeah? Have a fucking debate without being rude, because I wasn't rude about you.
I can't respect someone who keeps interrupting me because you're being rude to me.
I'm not asking to respect you, bro. I'm teaching you to have a debate, bro. So don't puff your chest there when you're on the webcam, bro.
Okay, cool. Are you finished interrupting me?
No, I haven't. You can talk something relevant.
Prime, look, I'm going to mute Sonny. I'm going to mute you for a second to let him finish his point.
Brilliant. Because again, Arsenal fans, you always do this. I'm being honest about your football club. We all are, because we all saw this coming. Because it always seems to happen. You beat a team like Boxing Day, perfect example. You guys might beat Chelsea, but then you guys you get gassed again, and the whole cycle will continue, and then you'll end up losing your next 4, 5, 6 games, and the same cycle will be on here again on the football terrace, talking about this all again. Arteta's the problem. You're bored. Back Arteta. Yada 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 yada. You guys so believe in this thing that you're bored, that you say is the problem, but they're going to help Arteta to fix your club. If that's actually the case, then you guys are an embarrassment and you're deluded for believing all of this. Genuinely. I don't know. I'm not talking about you guys as people, but in terms of fans, if you genuinely believe this and you're still backing Arteta, but yet you say your board is the problem, you're an embarrassment. I'm sorry. That's all I can say. Genuinely.
Can I just correct Prime? They're not beating us on Boxing Day.
No. I didn't think they would beat us. If they beat us or they get a result, they'll get
upcoming fixtures here, and I'm going to put them up on the screen.
Beautiful. Because I love it.
It's interesting, and I want everybody's opinions on this. We're going to go for everybody one by one. I mean, when you look at Arsenal's Premier League form, it's like nothing I ever thought I would see with Arsenal Football Club.
They've got 5 games.
The next 3 games for Arsenal are Southampton, who are in form, Everton that just bounced back against Chelsea, and then on Boxing Day, Chelsea. Can I ask you realistically, I'm going to go to a gal first on this. Can you legitimately see you picking up a singular point in those 3 games?
Not right now.
That's all he's got to say. That's all he's got to say.
Not right now.
Does anybody see? Like,
Not right now. Right now, we're so bad. It's honestly, anything you say, realistically, you're going to turn into a meme. Why?
You could nick a point. You could definitely nick a point.
Egal. I said to you 4 games ago that you would pick up 5 points in your next 5 games. This is your 4th game. You're going into your 5th game. You got 1 point. 1 point out of your 5 games, bro.
And the thing is,
you need to stop picking them up, Jem.
You know what? The only way you can win those 5 games, we need Jesus. That's the only way.
Listen. You don't go for 1 extreme together. Listen. You don't go for 1 extreme together. We can win our next 5 games as well, right? We can also win our next 5 games. Right?
Okay. You
can't. No, he's right. No, he's right. Arsenal can win their next 5 games when you sack Arteta.
No, they're not winning, bro. They're not winning.
I think the saddest bit about it when you look at it is the fact that you could legitimately, if you lose your next 3 games, be in a. It depends on what those other teams do, and I think what's helping Arsenal is that there's a few teams at the minute that are beyond bad this season as well. But when you look at the Premier League table as it stands right now, I mean, we're scrolling down, sitting 15th. I mean, Brighton have got Fulham next. They could beat Fulham, like Brighton could, and you'll go 16th, right? Burnley, could they beat Aston Villa? That's not beyond the realms of possibility, and they could go a point behind you. Fulham, obviously, they're going to lose because they're there. Like, you could literally be teetering upon the edge of the relegation zone. And do you know what's interesting? I know that Igal said the other day, and it's still early because we started the season later, but we're getting toward. By the end of the Christmas period, we're almost 50% of the way through. There's no more. It's crazy. Like, your season is almost over.
It's about saving themselves now. It's about saving themselves from relegation. That's all it's about.
Can I just quickly say, like,
this season's done for us.
Let Ram talk.
I just see so many similarities between this and Leeds United in 04. Like, you think about it, Mark Viduka was a top striker, and now he's not scoring any goals. It's happening with Aubameyang. Alan Smith was a young prospect who's performing. Bukayo Saka is the guy doing it. You can see the similarities between one another, and I think they need to sack Arteta and bring in someone that is a safe pair of hands. And it's gonna sound mad. I think they should bring back Arsene Wenger until the end of the season.
No, bring back Sam Allardyce. It's got to be Sam Allardyce.
No, who'd be a good appointment right now for Arsenal? David Moyes. Someone like that. Like, do you know what I mean? Balling in the Premier.
Sorry, deep it. Sam Allardyce Bolton. Look at Sam Allardyce's Bolton. It was give the ball to JJ Okocha. Let's hope he does a bit.
No, David, don't disrespect. Don't disrespect.
No.
Sam
Arteta's football was give it to Aubameyang and hope he bangs a couple goals. It worked.
The funny thing is, right, in January, Arsenal needs to just go and buy 2 midfielders and problem solved. Right?
No way.
All you lot.
No way,
we're jumping on his bandwagon, right?
No.
Like Cowboys and Indians, bro. Seriously.
Hold on, you said all Arsenal need to do is buy 2 midfielders and problem solve.
More than that, bro.
Your board that you say is such a mess. Do you trust him to buy 2 midfielders?
Prime, if you don't want his club to get relegated, obviously he's going to go and get the money from somewhere. The game's worth £8 billion. He's going to go and buy 2 midfielders. He should have got it in the summer.
That you're in this position.
Don't be stupid. Don't say I'm
in this position. They clearly don't care about your club in the first place.
Obviously he cares because he bought the fucking place.
No, Sonny.
And why are you in this position? No, David, stop. No, David, let me lie. Why is your club in this position in the first place if you say that they care?
I'll put bet with you. I'll put Prime. Between me and you, mate. I'll put bet with you. If Arsenal don't buy a player in January, right? I'll give you whatever you want. Whatever you want.
A player or a
They're going to buy a player in January, right? Right. Listen. So take your glasses off and start seeing things as they are. Because all you at the moment, all you look like is an Asbo bag, brother. They won't eat in a shopping centre with your hoodie on and your glasses. So,
I genuinely have no idea what you said.
and show respect to people who are older than you, brother, as well. Right?
You are older than me.
All right, guys, we're slowing this down. Everyone stop. Everybody stop. We're going to be ending the stream very, very soon. Super chat here says, Terry, love the show. Igal needs slapping into reality. How dare you be positive? You are blind, bro. I don't think he actually means physically slapping. He's metaphorically speaking. I'm joining in on the Arsenal banter. It's laughable. I ain't vexing myself week in, week out. It's dumb. Bruv, the Arsenal fans are joining Vibes FC. Speaking of Vibes FC, tonight, midnight, so in a couple of hours' time, Midnight Vibes is back with my guy, my brother, my partner in crime, KJ, is going to be here hosting that show. So make sure you are tuning in. But Arsenal, let me just end by saying this. You are in a relegation fight. There is no doubt about it. Mikel Arteta, I respect him as a man. He won an FA Cup. He's trying his best, but he is drowning because your club is sinking and he does not have the tools. He doesn't have the know-how or the ability to get you out of it. He must be sacked. He must be removed, not because he's a bad guy. Sack him and say, we'll bring you back in 5 years when we're in a better position. You need somebody now to come in and save you because
Big Sam.
This is Big Sam, maybe. Arsenal,
no, that's disrespectful.
Arsenal are in a real bad situation as it stands right now. I've got a big video dropping tomorrow. Oh, I can't wait. I've been putting some time into this. A little bit of rag and bone man playing, as it were. Super chat here from Paul says, Jim, if Chelsea win the league, you got to shave that dead thing off your head. Yeah. And if not, I'll give £150 to the football terrace.
Hey, this guy messaged me before. He messaged me.
So if he doesn't shave it off, I get 150 quid.
That ain't fair.
Don't shave it off. Don't shave it off, bro. Simple as that. Listen, everyone who's tuned in, thank you. Thank you for joining us for the biggest stream ever on the Football Terrace history. Who knew Arsenal's funeral would be so popular? That's all I'm going to say. Until then, take care. Goodbye. And no better way to go out than this.
1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to make my wife. I need a girl who's mine, oh mine. I need a girl in my life. I need a girl to ride. I need a girl to be my wife. Nobody else, she's all mine. I need